But it was the winter of 1941. It was a very, very tough winter for the Belcher Island Inuit that lived there. They called themselves the Kikiktarmiat. And I practiced that quite a bit, which means people of the islands. Real original.
No.
There were very few seals, walruses, and even Arctic hares to hunt, and there's no vegetation up there. So they spent long nights in their igloos wondering what would happen to them. And one of the things they had to entertain themselves, apart from chewing on the old whale blubber, was the New Testament. And that was left by some missionaries, people that have been there before. It's not really clear who brought it there, but some people say it was some missionaries or traders that brought Bibles there for the Inuit. And as this winter got more and more worse, they were, more desperate and looking for something to believe in during these times. So one night in January, a meteor shower illuminated the skies. And one man in this Inuit tribe named Charlie Oyurak, pronounced "Oh, you're back?"
Oh, you back?
He connected this event with a biblical passage from the book of Matthew. And it says, "The stars will fall from the sky, and you will see the Son of Man coming." And it's interesting because I saw a homeless man downtown holding this exact sign yesterday. Hey, do you know Charlie?
That asshole owes me $20.
But, I mean, the way he interpreted this as that instead of, if the missionaries brought maybe a book about science or about space instead of this book about all these passages. So Charlie, he was an outsider. He was a really short guy, and he was kind of an outsider, but he considered himself a shaman, or an angakok, as they call it there. And he considered Jesus to be the white man's angakok, the white man's shaman. So after the meteor shower, this guy, Charlie Oyurak, he proclaimed himself Inuit Jesus.
What?
And he said, quote, "I am Inuit Jesus Christ, preparing the people for when the other Jesus comes," end quote.
Hey, I'm Jesus for right now, but when other Jesus comes, I'm going to sit and be in his right-hand man.
And y'all better do what and he said, "I get your Eskimo pie and your Eskimo pie too." No, he said it. I told you.
And yes,
Inuit do not have that accent. Sorry, I don't know where that came from. So he says, "I am Inuit Jesus," and he names the guy next to him named Peter Sela, another Inuit guy. He names him as God because he was the best hunter in the village. Charlie's a loser. No one likes him. He's like, "I'm Jesus. You can be God because you caught that wicked fucking walrus last week. That's the only reason. Otherwise, Dan would be God." So Charlie Oyurak, a.k.a. Jesus Christ of the North, Eskimo Jesus, he was a very short man. And the author of this book, the End of the World book,
yes,
he really hammers home the fact that he's making all this religious stuff up to avenge the fact that he can't get girls on Tinder or Hinge because they always ask, "How tall are you, Charlie?" He's a really short guy. And he really hammers this home. How tall do you think Jesus was? Jesus had some tight-ass abs. He was a tall...
5'6", 5'8".
Who knows? Yeah, maybe.
He was a lean 160.
What does Tinder profile say?
About 75 to 80 at the end. But.
Yeah. So, but the part when he said, "I'm Inuit Jesus," it really reminded me of when you're in grade 2 pretending to play Pokemon fighting during recess, and you're like, "I'm Charizard. I'm Charizard. You can be Pikachu, but I'm Charizard." Just telling everyone that.
Yeah, I'm in charge, but he's I'm making sure that he's got the cooler title.
You can be Pikachu because you make the best whale blubber.
That's right.
That's why.